The Yonaguni Monument off the coast of Japan is an extremely anomalous archaeological site. First discovered back in 1986 by a scuba diving instructor, it appears to be the ruins of some enigmatic ancient civilization. It's a series of massive monoliths, huge rectangular formations of stone slabs cut into impressively perfect 90-degree angles, which also have sophisticated walls, steps, columns, and even a pyramid. Since its discovery, many have descended to the floor to map the Yonaguni Monument, and a debate on whether it is man-made or natural formations rages on till this day. And as these divers have mapped out the monument, it's just added more and more details to the mystery. They discovered a huge arch, temples, carvings, paved streets, and a giant pyramid. Experts eventually confirmed that the Yonaguni Monument was indeed man-made, though there is a small group of scientists who hold on to their convictions that the site is a natural formation and that it was merely modified by humans. Many underwater archaeologists persist in exploring the monument, looking for evidence that the ruins are remnants of an unknown ancient civilization that was built before the end of the last ice age, back when the area would have been above water. Carbon dating suggests that the Yonaguni Monument is older than 10,000 years, putting it in line with the sunken Indian city of Dwarka, Göbekli Tepe, and certain monuments in Egypt. So it's really, really old, being built by a prehistory civilization. The biggest structure at the site is a monolithic step pyramid 82 feet high, but there are also other impressive structures too, like something best described as a castle bastion, 5 temple-like structures, and what looks like some sort of stadium. All these structures are connected by roads and water lines, which dictates that whoever constructed the Yonaguni Monument had sophisticated technology thousands of years ahead of its time. The stone structures have immensely precise corners and edges that shouldn't have been possible considering the tools available to humans at that time in our history. The stairs have perfect mathematical alignment, and everything seems planned out, which is incredibly fascinating. Back over 10,000 years ago, when the site was built, the sea levels were far lower, and the Yonaguni Monument most likely connected to mainland Taiwan. It could have been an important place for trade, along with a trade route. The term was connected to various other locations lost to time. The model has been made from what has been discovered about the monument so far, but there's still much more yet to be discovered that's buried underneath the sand. But there's also something more that's very strange about the monument, because its location makes it more than just an anomalous archaeological site. The spot that the Yonaguni Monument is located is perfectly parallel to the famous Bermuda Triangle. After all, the Bermuda Triangle is just one of 12 such anomalous locations across the planet called the Vile Vortices. The area the monument is located is one of these Vile Vortices, known as the Dragon's Triangle, or the Devil's Sea. You can draw a line from the Bermuda Triangle to the Dragon's Triangle in a map, and it will make a perfectly parallel line. The Dragon's Triangle has many dark legends surrounding it too, just like the Bermuda Triangle. Ships and planes vanish into nothing, and the Japanese government has even quarantined the area off, labeling it a disaster zone. From ancient times all the way to modern, there's been bizarre stories surrounding the Dragon's Triangle, like metallic objects rising from the water then zooming away out of sight, or massive objects moving swiftly beneath the water, known as USOs. In ancient times, people claimed to see winged monsters rising from the ocean, then taking flight, and giant monsters rising from the depth to breathe fire. When the Mongols tried to invade Japan in the 1200s, the Khan lost a huge amount of his fleet in the Dragon's Triangle. Up to 40,000 men disappeared. Over the centuries, there have been countless reports of people vanishing without a trace in the area, and the Yonaguni Monument is allegedly completely enveloped in a malevolent reputation throughout history. And since we're talking about a possible prehistory advanced civilization, of course, there's going to be the ancient alien theories concerning the monument. One such theory comes from the legend of the Utsuro Bun, which translates to hollow ship. Like the tale of the Green Children of Woolpit, this tale has been an anomaly to historians and allegedly debunked by herd mind, mainstream media, matrix, indoctrination, reality tunnel people. According to the tale, A large round craft washed up on the shore of Japan back in 1803. A mysterious woman came out of the craft. She was an attractive woman with a pale complexion and long red hair with exotic artificial extensions. The woman had abstract clothing of unknown material and spoke a language completely alien to the Japanese, having to resort to hand gestures and posturing to communicate. When people looked inside her ship, they were completely baffled. Inside were several windows made from crystals that were completely transparent, being able to see outside of the craft but not in. All along the inside of the craft were symbols and glyphs as decoration, in an unknown language that almost seemed magical to them. There were also 2 beds and plenty of water and food. The woman was very friendly and courteous, and all the while clutching a mysterious mechanical box. But she wouldn't let anyone get close to the box, much less touch it. However, eventually the mysterious woman returned to her craft and floated back out to sea. There are many different accounts of this incident that are well documented, which is why the tale is so baffling to historians. Despite all the different versions of the story, they're pretty consistent for the most part, and there are 5 drawings from the 1800s depicting the event that have survived in Japan to this day. The drawings look ridiculously similar to sightings of modern-day UFOs. So, according to some people, this encounter was not a woman washed up on shore in a boat, but a legit encounter of the third kind. The craft and the woman was never seen again after it returned to the Dragon's Triangle. So there's been a lot of strange occurrences throughout history, of bizarre happenings in the area surrounding the Yonaguni Monument. But the ancient alien stuff goes back even further. Archaeologists have found small idols called the Dogu figures that date back to 14,000 BCE in prehistory Japan. There have been over 15,000 cataloged figurines. Allegedly, the Dogu descended from the sky and taught the Japanese their culture. The information regarding this claim supposedly comes from ancient texts, but I couldn't find any information to verify that in my research. The figures look pretty weird and don't really resemble modern humans. Some have suggested this is because the figures are wearing spacesuits. However, human effigies from the past are rarely accurate and were more an artistic expression. Allegedly. Yet the origins of these strange figurines remains a mystery till this day, and there's a lot yet to be explored surrounding all aspects of the Dogu. And then, of course, there's its association with Atlantis. The mystery concerning Atlantis is often linked to the Yonaguni Monument, for obvious reasons, and there has been growing evidence across the planet that there was an advanced civilization that was destroyed in prehistory ages. This antediluvian civilization is theorized to be the forefathers of Egypt, India, or China, any of the ancient civilizations, because it was a global civilization. And the Yonaguni Monument ruins do look somewhat similar to the megalithic ruins found in Sumer. The Yonaguni Monument appears to depict carvings of animals and people, as well as the remnants of a carved face, which has been compared to the heads on Easter Island. And the Yonaguni Pyramid has all the same mathematical perfection found in the Egyptian pyramids, Mesoamerican pyramids, and Chinese pyramids. But it's also been linked to the legendary lost continent of Mu, which originates from the Mayan culture. In the 19th century, Augustus Napoleon supposedly learned about the lost continent of Mu by deciphering an ancient Mayan codex. Augustus claimed that the translation showed that the Mayan civilization was aware of and was older than not only the Egyptians, but the Greeks and also Sumerians and all that stuff, while also mentioning another civilization that was lost in a cataclysmic event. Sadly, while this sounds awesome, it actually came from not the greatest accurate translation, so while there might be some grains of truth in it, it's not really reliable. At the time, the knowledge of the Mayan language was still pretty primitive. It wasn't until later, like in 1926, that we actually came to really understand it. At least in the West, I mean. And it's in 1926 that a man named James Churchward published a book that is thought to carry more weight on the subject. But many also think that this translation of the lost continent of Mu is also linked to Lemuria, possibly one and the same. Lemuria being popularized by the legendary Helena Blavatsky in her Theosophist Society. Blavatsky's descriptions are similar to Churchward's, which are similar to Augustus's. They all got their own flair on them, but share a bunch of similarities. So what do you think? Could the Yonaguni Monument have some connection to Atlantis? Personally, I don't really believe in Atlantis, but I do believe in the idea of Atlantis. In any case, all the unexplained phenomena surrounding the Yonaguni Monument only adds to its enigmatic allure. As our technology advances, so too will our understanding of ancient sites like the Yonaguni Monument, and maybe bring to light a part of the human story that's been lost. Until then, the site definitely enlightens us to the truth that nothing is what it seems.